For a name as storied as Norton, modern is not a word you'd expect to hear very often. But here we are. After decades of leaning on heritage and nostalgia, Norton's reboot, led by the Manx R, is not just a new bike. It's a full redesign from the ground up, and it demands attention. When TVS acquired Norton in 2020, the brand wasn't just bleeding money, it had collapsed under the weight of a pension fraud scandal and financial mismanagement. TVS didn't buy a label, they bought a legacy with one clear mission: rethink everything from the ground up. And they backed that mission with serious money. Over £200 million invested into a brand new manufacturing and R&D facility in Solihull. Not to keep Norton alive, but to make it competitive again. This wasn't a rescue package, it was a complete rebuild. That rethink was not incremental. Norton didn't tweak old models and call it a day. They scrapped the old icons. The Commando, V4SV and V4CR have all been discontinued to make way for a complete new lineup, including the flagship Manx R. And that decision alone tells you how serious this is. Most manufacturers keep a heritage model alive as a safety net. Norton cut the rope. They chose to walk away from everything people recognize to give themselves a clean sheet. For the first time, design has been elevated from trailing after engineering to sitting equal with it, a rare stance in motorcycle development. Norton didn't just put up a fresh coat of paint on an old frame. The company pulled in outside design leadership with modern luxury pedigree to help cultivate a new design language. That's why it's such a dramatic change from the retro, dated look of even recent years in favor of modern sharp lines and almost futuristic levels of minimalism. And that is unusual in motorcycles. Most bikes are engineering projects first, design exercises second. Here, design and engineering were built together from day one, which is why this bike doesn't feel modified. It feels intentional. Look at the bodywork. Clean surfaces, integrated seams, and no exposed fasteners. It's beautiful. There's also no era design add-ons, slapped on like afterthoughts. Looking at you, BMW. The Manx R lives with a total design clarity that manages to look thoroughly modern, treading on the toes of Ducati Panigale front end with some tasteful LED eyes. It's a sonic shift from the skeletal, race-deprived style that dominates the category, and a statement that design can lead rather than follow. Some people have already said it looks a bit too generic, that it could be any brand, but I think that misses the point. This isn't about looking British, it's about looking relevant in 2026. In the cockpit, the same idea holds true. Big, modern TFT display, switchgear that feels like it was considered rather than stuck on, and an ergonomic flow that just feels deliberate rather than utilitarian. Norton's design team wanted everything you see to serve both aesthetics and function, and by the looks of it, they succeeded. This is where you really feel the reset. No parts bin switches, no old LCD displays. Everything you touch feels like it belongs to this bike, not borrowed from the last decade. And this isn't just a painting over of the past. Norton's new visual identity, including the refreshed logo, was introduced as part of a strategy to link the brand's legendary history with a modern design narrative. And I like it. At EICMA, that's a mouthful to say, Norton didn't just launch one bike, they unveiled a family. The Manx R, the Manx, and adventure machines like the Atlas and Atlas GT, all carrying this new design ethos into distinct roles. They wanted to show the world they had gone back to the drawing board and that the new bikes weren't the same as your granddad's. They meant business, with a bike for everybody. And this is important because brand resets fail when there's only one good idea. Norton didn't show a concept bike, they showed a strategy. Multiple segments, multiple directions, all speaking the same language. The Manx R itself lives up to the visual promise with technical substance. It's built around a new 1200 V4 engine producing over 206 horsepower, focused on road usability and torque delivery where riders use it most. Brembo brakes, carbon fiber, semi-active suspension, TFT electronics, they aren't built on options, they're integral elements of the design narrative. This engine is completely new, 72-degree V4, and instead of chasing ridiculous peak numbers, Norton say they've used real-world riding data, thousands of miles to shape the power delivery, where you actually ride, mid-range, torque, drive, not just dyno glory. You've got a quick shifter, auto blipper, slipper clutch, semi-active suspension that adjusts in real time. This is proper modern superbike tech, not a heritage shell with electronics just glued on. And yet, for all the investment in modern engineering and design, not everyone is cheering. Some enthusiasts argue it's lost some of the classic Norton soul, that the clean and modern approach feels generic or disconnected from the brand's historical identity. It feels like a brand name on a bike that could belong to anyone, they say. There's also chatter over the logo and visual identity itself. Some claim even modernizing the badge was unnecessary, a break with what made Norton, well, Norton. But here's the thing. Norton's rebrand isn't just about nostalgia or heritage, it's about relevance. A brand that spent years limping along on old ideas had to either adapt or fade. What we saw in the Manx R isn't safe, it's ambitious. And personally, I'm a massive fan of what they are doing. It's a purely subjective thing, but this looks awesome to me, and I cannot wait to swing a leg over one and make a video for you guys. And honestly, I'd rather see a brand take a risk and get it slightly wrong than play it safe and fade into irrelevance. And it raises an uncomfortable question for other legacy players. Harley-Davidson is iconic in its own right, but look how deeply it still leans onto nostalgia and retro design. Imagine if Harley went all in like Norton. Not retro-inspired, not vintage echoes, but a completely modern design language and a series of machines that communicate a future. That kind of shift would be as seismic as what we're seeing from Norton. The mind boggles at what Harley could do with the same mission. But this video isn't about them, it's about Norton. Their rebrand doesn't have all the answers yet. The real test will be how these bikes perform in the real world, how customers respond, and whether this modern identity can grow beyond one model, or if the backlash over heritage becomes a louder narrative. Personally, I love to see a manufacturer take risks and be more evolving rather than play it safe. It's rare today to be bold, so you've got to give them credit for that alone. I cannot wait to ride one and film it. Because if this works, this could be one of the most important comeback stories in modern motorcycle history. One thing is clear. This isn't a minor refresh. It's a strategic leap, a brand reset. And for anyone interested in how a legacy motorcycle brand can evolve, it deserves to be studied.